Hey there, it's Ben from Pattern Profits bringing you the weekend update and weekly watch list for the week of July 25th. Taking a look first at IWO, small cap growth. Nice run early last week. Friday came up, tagged that anchored VWAP from off of that prior low, reversed from there, bearish outside day. We're going to see if we come back down, test this 217.34 pivot or possibly this ascending trend line, 10, 20, and 50, 65 cloud just below 2. So you'll have some confluence right in this area if we come in further early next week. A little lower, you have anchored VWAP from off of the swing high and from off of the low. So we'll just see if we find support in that area. Getting right into our watch list. Going to take a look at Dollar General. Cup with handle pattern. Dollar Tree in the group, DLTR also acting well, but this one sets up 256.80, the pivot. Watch that anchored VWAP from off of the high come up through there, may give an early entry opportunity within that handle. 1020 cloud right there as well. So that anchored VWAP 1020 cloud, you push above there. Tried to get above there Friday, but general market, as he brought it back in, early entry opportunity, but 256.80, the pivot where most of the eyes will be above. Also going to take a look at Neurocrine Biosciences, NBIX. That $100 level looms large above, kind of deep on this cup, but nice little handle that it's put in here. Volume easing up. Not the best candle on Friday, but we saw a lot of that given the general market. So first want to see it reclaim that anchored VWAP from off of the high there, and then that standard pivot above at 100. That's a big psychological round number too. So that's the big level to push through above. Again, that's NBIX. Staying in the biotech group, RPRX. You got a cheat pivot there at 43.60. Try to get through there, but came back below the pivot. Look for it to reclaim that 43.60 pivot, get back above this anchor VWAP from off of the high. Then you've got the standard pivot at 44.47 above. Come on out of there, complete that cup with handle pattern. 44.75, the high on the left. So ideally you push through this standard pivot above, you take out that high as well. Again, that's RPRX. Taking a look in coal, CEIX. You've got a few of them in coal setting up. ARLP was another one. A little cup pattern, put in the handle there. Just looking for that to push up and out. 59.38, the pivot. Had a nice run, bunch of flags as it climbed up this prior uptrend. Now new base here, and just looking for that to push up and out. Keep an eye on coal. The group usually moves together. Again, that's CEIX. Going to take a look at McKesson, MCK. This is another one that's set up a little, looks a little bit like a inverse head and shoulders pattern. That would be up high as a continuation rather than a bottoming pattern. But we can look at it just on the right side here as a cup with handle. Not a bad day on Friday considering weakness in the market. Some may consider this a little bit, medical products, more defensive. 1020 cloud right there acting as support, anchored VWAP from off of the high just below 2. Looking for that to push through 335.57. That's the pivot above. Get up and through there. Should be good to push into new highs. Again, that's McKesson, MCK. Also going to take a look at TAP and Molson. We had originally highlighted this channel, came out of there, then dipped back, and then had a really nice run. Took out that 57.45 pivot, came back in, retested, and now reclaimed. So just looking for continuation upside there. You can bench that against that pivot. 57.45 was a pivot. You got a bullish outside day there, right into 1020 cloud as well. And also same group, BF.B, that's Brown Forman. Zoom out a little bit, you'll see this kind of cup putting in the handle there. Kind of see this more as like a flag. It's had a nice run, not enough to be considered a high tight flag. It didn't have enough of a run in the pull, but pulling back just like we'd expect with a flag. You're back above anchored VWAP acting as support last week. Just need to take out that trend line, Bench that again, 70.32. That was that pivot below 10-20 cloud right there too. So just need to see that push up and out. Hard not to like the maker of vodka and Jack Daniels there. FLO, Flower Foods. Kind of a double bottom base here, and hasn't pushed through. But now you've got on the right side of that little cup and handle pattern, 27.63, the pivot here. Be aware that the bigger pattern, this pivot, 27.90, that a level to also be aware of. So if you take out 27.63, also want to take out that 27.90. Kind of a nice run here, and again, a little bit of a flag look to it. Came back above anchored VWAP from off of the high 10-20 cloud there, and year-to-date anchored VWAP just below. So not a bad area benched against this area as an early entry, but the safer opportunity up a little higher, 27.63. Look at this volume really contracting as it came in here. Very quiet here. You saw big volume a couple times there, pocket pivots up the right side. So again, this volume getting quiet in FLO as it consolidated. Going to take another look at FNKO. Going to zoom way out here because this is a big cup handle pattern. You had the cheat pivot back here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Cheat pivot after the power earnings gap, 22.19 came through there, retested, bounce. Now just having a tough time pushing through this 25.93 pivot. So you've tested that cheat pivot a couple times now, here and here, and then just needs to push up and through. Looked like it was making the turn, got back above anchored VWAP here, then went inside day, but inside came out to the downside. But really light volume. The last couple times that it's come in, volume has really eased. So we'll see if it quickly reclaims anchored VWAP back above 10-20 cloud to make the turn there. 25.93, the important level above that it needs to push through. One more to take a look at, Driven Brands, and this one just kind of starting to come up the right side here, rounding up this bottom. 30.51 is the cheat pivot. Tried to go on Friday, hit 30.60, but came back in, wasn't able to push through and close above. So keep an eye on 30.51. Want to see if it can push through there. Did see some good volume coming in again up the right side, and as this kind of rounded out here, good growth numbers in this. Just want to see if we can start to make the climb up the right side. 30.51, the pivot that you want to see it push through and close above. Again, that's Driven Brands, DRVN. That's all I have into the week ahead. Hope you have a great trading week,